Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shellee if you are new here, and I own and operate a small business called Soulful where I hand make bags and accessories and now apparel. And I'm starting to move more into the reworks and upcycling old textiles. So stay tuned for all of that. Today I am going to just need to get prepped for my market. I'm not trying to rush this different direction that I'm going. I'm trying to ease into it, and on Friday and Saturday I have a big market to do. I'm going to be vending at the Crawfish Open local to me, and so it's going to be super fun. It is Friday and Saturday, rain or shine. So I did order some sidewalls for my tent because at one of the last markets I did, it was one of my huge markets. It got super rained out and it was horrible. It was really bad. All my stuff got soaking wet and I do not want that to happen again. So I got 3 sidewalls and they should be getting delivered today. So I'm super excited that I'm going to have those. Fingers crossed it doesn't rain this weekend, but if it does, I will be prepared. So last night I went ahead and cut out 3 coats that I'm going to do. One of them I'm going to do like a Franken jacket because I had some pieces left over from smaller quilts, and then this piece left over from this quilt jacket. And so I'm going to do like a Franken jacket, and then I've got this one cut up, and then I'm also going to be doing like a unisex type quilt coat as well because I have been having some men ask if I have any like men's quilt coats. So I'm gonna add this one, and if I can get my hands on another one, I will do that as well. My market is only in 2 days, so I'm not trying to stress out too much about getting other things done. I'm just gonna try to focus on these quilt coats. I've got quite a bit of scraps here to work with. I'm gonna try to make one more Franken jacket, and then the rest are gonna be like baguette bags. I got this super cute cutter. A couple of these gooses or swans or whatever they are messed up, so only a few of them are usable. Like this one, I could probably cut around the goose, but I probably wouldn't be able to use that top part of the square. Also, what I want to prep for the market is some baguette bags. I think that's how you say it, or I think it's a baguette bag. Okay. Anyways, so I made myself this really cute bag, and I want to make them and sell them for my shop as well. So that is what I'm gonna do. I'll insert a video here of the bag I made myself. I made it out of my fiance's great grandmother's quilt, so it's super sentimental to me, and it matches my coat that I made myself out of that same quilt, so I love it. So like I said, I've got those 3 cut out. I did not cut out any baguette bags, so I am going to cut out some of those, but only after I figure out if I'm going to do another Franken coat or not. And then I'm going to use my new serger. I'm so excited. So first of all, I have been on the lookout for a serger because I feel like I've needed one. I'm going to start making apparel, and eventually you just have to bite the bullet and get a serger, or else I'm just going to be doing French seams my whole life. So anyways, I was on my Facebook Marketplace, and I know nothing about sergers. So at first, I was in the talks with somebody about getting her serger, and I was gonna buy it, and then I realized, I looked at the listing, and it said like 3 thread or something, and I'm like, no, that doesn't sound right. And so I look at it more, and I realize that there are sergers that are only 3 threads, not 4. So I was like, hey, I can't really do that one because the one I wanted to get is just like the standard 4-thread serger where you can just get it all done in one pass. Because I think that if I would have gotten the 3 thread, it only does the loopers. So I would have had to do the seam and then run it through the looper machine. So I guess it's just a looper machine, not a serger. Anywho, so I passed on that one. Thankfully I did, because when was it? A couple hours later, I was looking again, and someone had just listed this white Speedy Lock, and it has the 4 threads, and it came with thread as well. So she gave me like a bunch of threads and the serger, and thankfully I was able to find one video on YouTube, one, on how to thread this thing, because the manual didn't come with it, so that's unfortunate. But it did have a picture of how to thread it, but the picture's kind of hard to see on the machine, especially one of the loopers on the inside of the machine. I definitely would not have threaded it properly if I would not have watched the video that I found. And I got some new needles, and I've got it working and I'm super excited to use it. I'm hoping that it just makes my jacket making process a lot smoother, especially since I won't have to like trim the excess anymore because the machine just cuts for you. Enough talking. Well, one more thing. So I want to show you guys this fabric that I got that I'm going to try to make some baguette bags out of. I don't know if I'm going to make them for the market. Maybe I'll make one, but I want to make a few of them with this fabric that I got, and I really love it. Let me show you. So this kind of is giving me tweed vibes, but it's like this pinky, purpley, bluey fabric, and it is nice and thick. And I was thinking of making an outfit with it, but then I was like, wait, this would make cute shoulder bags. And then maybe I could do some other kind of detailing and just make it fun, because at the end of the day, that's my whole idea with this new direction that I'm going with the business, on top of repurposing textiles to help try to keep more stuff out of the landfill, which honestly I can't do it all by myself. And I can only do so much. But anyways, as long as I feel like I'm doing my part in the best way I can, that's all that matters. So I forgot where I was going with this thought. Give me a moment. Oh, so with that being said, with the business, I'm going to be doing more drops, I guess you would say. Since I'm not going to be really buying many new textiles, a lot of stuff is just going to be first come, first serve, basically. I guess it'll be more one of a kind things because the fabric's not really going to be readily available to make more stuff. So I guess that is a good selling point, that things are super unique, I guess. But that just means that I won't be able to just constantly have stuff in stock and then just be making it, because I want to focus more on just making like however many things all at once, dropping it all, and then you can buy it and I can take to my markets and then just keep replenishing it like that. So that's what I think I'm gonna do. We'll see how it goes, and obviously I'll keep y'all posted and bring you along for the ride. But everybody has been loving my quilt coats so far, so I'm really excited to start doing some baguette bags and just venturing into more unique textiles and just having fun with it. This is a cute fabric, and what I kind of do is, I don't know, maybe rhinestone some parts of the bag maybe and just make it look cute. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, enough yapping. Let's get to cutting and hopefully sewing today. We'll see.
Guys my age laugh at my jokes, treat me like one of the bros. Think I'm cool, but they would never date me. 'Cause girls my age have tiny waists, skin tight denim, baby faces, dance at the bar like no one's watching. And I'm just a flower on the wall, not someone you'd ever fall for. But in a couple weeks, you'll get.
All right, I got all my pieces cut out off camera. My phone was dying, so I went ahead and got it charged up. But this is going to be the other Frankencoat, and literally every single piece that I cut out is from a different quilt. So this is going to be super fun. So I've got the collar, and then I've got the two pockets, and I've got the arms. Here is the back, and then I have my two front panels as well. So this one I cut out in a size large, so that should be good. And then I will go ahead and show y'all the other coats that I'm working with today. So this is going to be one of the other Franken coats, except for not every panel is different. So this one has two of the same arms. This is the back panel. I really love this. And then here are the front panels. So this one is going to be like kind of pinky vibes. I have the collar and the pocket over there. I'm going to go ahead and grab those as well. And then for this one, the collar and the pockets all are from this same quilt as the front panels. Next, I have this like yellowy garden quilt. So I have some sleeves here. Here is one of the front panels, and then the other front panel. And then here is the back. So the back and the arms are all going to have this like flower garden patchwork, and then the front panels have the hand-drawn artwork, which is so beautiful. So I'm excited for this one. And this one is so old, this quilt. It is in great condition. And then this one, the collar and pockets all match. Okay, so last but not least, I am making this plaid quilt coat out of this quilt that I found. What I'm gonna go ahead and do next is go through all of my scraps and start cutting up some baguette bags because I definitely wanna make quite a few of those. So let's see what we can come up with.
When I get pretty, then you'll want me. I'll be picture perfect to make you happy. I'll be dancing, center of attention, the vision of the woman that you wanted me to be. When I get pretty, maybe once I'm beautiful, I feel like I'm good enough. My insecurities wouldn't get the best of me. Baby, I'm out of this world. Doable, your cover girl. Wouldn't have to work 'cause I get things for free. But I'm just a flower on the wall, not someone you'd ever fall for. But in a couple weeks, you look at me and I get pretty, then you'll want me. I'll be picture perfect to make you happy. I'll be dancing, center of attention, vision of the woman that you wanted me to be. When I get pretty, when I get pretty. When I get pretty, then you want me. I'll be picture perfect to make you happy. I'll be dancing.
All right, it's like 2 days later and I have gotten some work done. I'm not quite done with all of the quilt coats yet. We're gonna work on that today. I did get the baguette bag stuff cut out, but I decided that I'm not going to worry about trying to get these done for my market this weekend. I really wanna put a lot of time into really just getting the design right for the baguette bag and just how I want to do it. And then also I've decided that the coats that I do not sell this weekend at my market, I will get those on the website by Friday the 24th, I believe. Let me double check. So Friday the 24th, I will have the rest of the coats on the website that I do not sell. If I do sell them all, then they won't be on there. So I'll let you know right now if they sell because I'll be editing this video. So yesterday I spent most of the day trying to troubleshoot this serger. It was working so perfectly after I picked it up, and I realized that I messed up on putting the needles back in because what I did was I got new needles, obviously because it's an old serger, it was someone's grandma, so the needles were probably not the best. So I got new needles, and whenever I put them on the serger, fun fact, are y'all ready? If you do not have a serger, have never used a serger, I did not know this. The needles, they're not gonna be the same height. The left needle is gonna be up a little higher than the right needle. And whenever I was putting the new needles on, they wouldn't go to the same height. And so I was like, maybe I'll just bring the left needle down a bit and then make it to where they're the same height, because in my head, that just seemed like the right thing to do. No, I was sewing on it and I thought that something else was wrong and the stitches were getting skipped, and then sometimes it wouldn't stitch, and then It was just a mess. So I realized that I should have just let the needles go where they fell. And so the left needle needs to be up a little higher just so that looper can get over there in time, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, fun fact, if you ever get a serger and you change the needles and you're not really paying attention, the one on the left goes up higher than the one on the right. So after I got that fixed, everything was like super good and smooth. And then, so now that's where we're at today. Basically, all I need to do is attach the pockets, the collars, the tags, and then the bias tape. So I'm still gonna do the bias tape around the collar and around the whole coat and around the armholes. But now that I got a serger, the inner seams are just gonna be serged. And
I know, I'm a hypocrite. Didn't I say that I didn't need a serger or I didn't want a serger? I would always talk crap, but here I am to say that I actually love my serger. I'm actually really happy I got this one.
it seems to be a great model. So I'm really excited. All right, I need to finish these coats.
Perfect bodies in the shallow blue, drifting faster than they should. Golden hour paints a dreamlike view. Even dreams start fading too. I am leaving, tell me what to do. I can feel us slipping away. Treading water, yeah, what's the use? I just say playing these games.
So what I've decided to do here is I was gonna put the bias tape on these collars, but I figured that I would just go ahead and serge the edges just to make it easier on me whenever I'm doing the bias tape, because some of these quilts, you see how they're not like, they're quilted in some areas, but I just don't want it to slip off. So I figured that this would be a easy way just to help me later whenever I'm applying the bias tape to these collars. So I thought that this was a super cool idea, and I'm just really having fun with this serger. So I'm really glad that I got it.
Soft in the light, come on, meet me at the poolside. Late July, you're on my mind. We were never meant for this life. It's a wave and we're moving on. Summer's gone before you realize. Bullets melting in the water is cold.
the next morning and I am getting ready to pack up for my market. But before I go ahead and get ready to go, I just want to show you guys the jackets that I finished and then we'll get out of here. So first things first is people have been asking me for a men's type jacket, so I went ahead and made one and I love this. This is a size extra large and it is oversized, but it is a good big jacket. And then next is this one. I love this one. This one is hand drawn and it also is pieced as well. We've got a couple of these flower wreaths on the jacket, one on each shoulder and then on the back. This one is so beautiful. I just love all of the personal details of the hand drawing and everything. All right, and then this one is going to be the first of the Franken coats, which is made of different panels of coats. So this one has the same arms, and then the front panels are the same as well, and they match the pockets and the collar. And then the back is a different quilt. So I love this one as well. I love all this ribbon detail on the back. And then aren't these appliques just so adorable? So this one is all ready to go. Last but not least, I got this one done as well. This is a true Franken coat. So each panel on this coat is made from a different quilt. So each pocket is a different quilt, each front panel is a different quilt, both the arms and the back, all different. So this one is truly unique. Definitely a coat of many colors for sure. All right, so there's all the coats that I got finished. I'm gonna pack up for my market. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I will see y'all in the next one.